I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting. This season's going to be bare interesting, man. Bare interesting. And bro, then my club has just decided to at last wake up and get involved in the mixer.
Yeah, what's this about fucking Savio to Tottenham, like?
Bro.
When did Savio become surplus?
So the weird thing is, yeah, someone commented on my video on yesterday was Sunday. So late Saturday night, someone commented on my video from my watch along saying, did Savio look happy? Because he looked unhappy to me. And I thought, I didn't notice, I don't watch players' faces like that when I'm watching a game, but I thought, And then I did think someone had mentioned something, I think on the Saturday about Tottenham. But yeah, just out of the blue. Do you know what I think's happened, right? Remember a week ago when Maddison got injured, and it came out straight away that Tottenham had got in contact with Man City about Jack Grealish. Now, Jack Grealish is on 300 grand a week, yeah?
Yeah.
Savio's on 40 grand a week. So straight away, which one looks more Levy's cup of tea? Right?
Yeah,
but secondly, as I've been, and someone commented earlier on my video saying, I saw you say this on Rants a few weeks ago, Jack Grealish has been very well, what I got told before the season has ended, the reason why he got linked with you, man, is Jack Grealish did not want to leave the Northwest. Yeah. He's been very adamant with that. I know he had a conversation with Kevin De Bruyne about Napoli, right? Because you would, about a place like Napoli. But I think Grealish, ultimately, for Tottenham to have got Grealish, they would have had to probably do something mad with wages, like, whereas Everton, not so, because he's not having to go against what he wants. And then I think probably Levy's gone, hold on a minute. Savio, 40 grand, Tottenham can double that easy. And by the looks, he looked unhappy. I don't know if a conversation happened before the game, because people were telling me he looked a bit deflated in the game. So I don't know if a conversation happened before. It's a mad one because it's got our fan base a bit split down the middle, because there's people that have been screaming Rodrygo, 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 Rodrygo all summer, right? They just want Rodrygo. Even friends of mine, yeah, when I'm even saying, but we need a right back, you just want a shiny toy.
One second, bro.
But they're all
keep going, bro.
Yeah. They're all screaming Rodrygo. I would like Rodrygo, but where I am with Savio is I'm not going to start saying Savio's not good enough or nothing like that, because he's a good player. He's only 20. I think he's 21 now, so he's only 21. I personally still want to see Savio on the left-hand side. I would have rather, before we sell a player, at least give him an opportunity to play in the position that he cooked in, because he cooked in the left-hand side for Girona, and when he has played for us, he's looked good on the left-hand side. But if I'm being real with you, we want to get back to the standard that we were at when we had Sterling, when we had Mahrez, yeah? And people say, oh, but Savio's got potential. Do you know what? Going into this season, I need someone that's going to get me fucking goals and assists this season. I don't want to hear in 2-3 seasons' time. And I think watching Bob on Saturday...
but I don't think he's been given a fair shot, though. Here's my thing, though.
He hasn't been played on the right side, so
my thing is, like, I could tell that Savio wasn't going to enjoy life under Pep, bro. And to be honest, I'm feeling the same way about Cherky as well. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know with Cherky, you know. From what did you watch the City game on Saturday, bro?
No.
Oh, bro, Cherky,
I think he's a great player, but I just feel like when things are going well for City, he'll be all right. But as soon as things start wobbling, Pep will blame him. You know the ones, because there's a lot of things that he doesn't do.
That's on Savio. That's the one thing I'd say on Savio. Like, all the other wingers I've mentioned have come into a pretty functional City team, whereas Savio at 20 years old came into an unfunctional City team. And you certainly could see it. At the start, his decision-making was great. The minute we started dropping off and not scoring many goals, it's like he took goals on his back and he was forcing everything. And I thought, this is just a young kid that's eager because he feels the weights on his shoulder. So, look, it's one of them ones where I would like to see him on the left. If we don't sell him, I'm cool with that. If he goes, then the fact him and Grealish are both looking to go. That's 2 wingers out. Marmoush is at the African nations in January. So all of a sudden it's making Rodrygo a look more... And ultimately, it's one of them ones, would you rather Savio or Rodrygo? I'd rather Rodrygo.
Brother, if you get Rodrygo, it's well worth getting rid of Savio. And also, if you look at it, Oscar Bob's back. I think Oscar Bob's quality. And
this is it.
And Cherky can do a job on the right hand side. So you got 2 left footers already. So kind of don't need a third one.
So on Saturday against Palermo in the first half, because we did a complete change at half time minus Haaland. First half was Oscar Bob on the right, Oscar Bob on the right, Rico Lewis as right back, and Cherky as a kind of like right midfielder. You know that position that De Bruyne used to take up for City?
Yeah, the inside right. Yeah.
And them 3 together were cooking. Because my whole thing on Rico Lewis, by the way, is that he's not a right back, but when it's a game where he's allowed to be a midfielder and play in that final third, Cherky, Rico, because Rico Lewis and Bob have always linked up well from the academy through Cherky in there. And bro, when I'm telling you, anyone that said Cherky don't put a work rate in, you're lying, bro. That guy was everywhere, all over the pitch.
He does run. He just runs at his own pace, but he does run. He gets about.
Bro, he was first half, everything was through Cherky, like to the point where, but you still got them beautiful moments from him, but he's also doing everything as well. It's like to the point where I'm seeing more than, because I'm not going to act like I've watched Cherky 100 times, but I'm seeing a lot more about him. And the thing with Oscar Bob, bro, you got to remember, this time last year, Oscar Bob was off the back end of a good season at City where he'd started to get a few games, few minutes and look good. Then last pre-season, Oscar Bob was absolutely cooking and then got an injury, right? At that point, Oscar Bob, when Savio joined City last summer...
Yeah, that would have been his breakthrough season if he didn't get injured, for sure.
Savio would have been limited game time last season if Oscar Bob stayed fit, right? Now, in the Club World Cup this year, Oscar Bob looked unfit to me in the minutes he did get. However, 5 weeks later against Palermo, bro, the guy looked back to old Oscar Bob. And it's just, you know, when you're used to having wingers that can only either go on they can either go on the outside or they can cut inside. Oscar Bob, either. And it's just, right, that's what you need. And he looks more of a goal threat. It just looks more fluid with Bob. And I think Savio, there's a few things. Savio's probably knows the pecking order already.
Yeah. He'll know deep down. He'll know that, like, Bob is favoured. You know what I'm saying?
It's whole Sancho Foden thing. Sancho knew what time it was. Like, he had times limited because you got Foden there. And at that time, you had Brahim Diaz there as well. So Sancho knew, you know what? Only one of us is breaking through. And I think, like, Oscar Bob is a fan favourite already, And as far as last summer, he would have been a starter. He's older than Savio. And I think World Cup year, like, I don't think Savio wants to be, like, second fiddle on the right to Bob when he could go to Tottenham and be starting left and on double the money. Like, it's a no-brainer for me. It's just, if it actually happens, or if it is an EVPR stuff.
So he will be Son's replacement on the left.
I think who have they got on the right? They've got Kudos in the right, innit?
Oh yeah, of course. They sang.
Bro, it's pretty. Bro, Kudos on the
Kudos
right.
and Savio is kind of wavy.
Bro,
still.
It's techie. If you can get their output up, that's a killer. And then who they got? Then they've got Solanke in the middle and probably Kulusevski behind him. Bro, if you can keep all them fit and get them firing, that's a good front thought.
That's not bad at all.
So
that's not bad at all.
We'll see it. So apparently they've offered 50 million. City has said, we don't want to sell him. You've come to us, and City will.
Yeah.
But we don't like Levy as it is. So I don't know what the right figure would be, because you look at, they paid 55 for Kudos. I'd probably say Savio and him are similar-ish. Like, I'd like to say I want 60 plus, but I think it probably ends up 50, 55, because we've rejected 50, so I reckon it'll end up 55 plus add-ons. But I reckon it will happen still. I do think it will happen. Too many people talking on it, and even the Rodrygo. And the one thing I have had off someone that gets info for me, it's not about Savio. It's that if the Savio deal does go through, Manchester City have already reached out to Madrid to have a chat.
What did I say to you, man, about Rodrygo? And I said to you, look, Man City, he's going to end up there, bro. I said it. And I said this, and I didn't even know how it was going to happen, bro. But I said, bro, City ain't finished. I said, City aren't finished with the madness in the window, because you done your business too early. I was like, there's no way Man City are going to let this fucking window close without doing one more madness.
I always thought we would hit it once more, but don't get me wrong. I have been hearing constantly, and actually, this is to the people that are ITKs, yeah, that constantly are saying business is done, business is done, business is done. And I keep saying to them, I hear it, but things change, yeah? That things do change because the issue City had is I think we've got a squad of about 31. We had to get, we've still got Phillips to get rid of. We've still got McAtee. Looks like McAtee's going Forest. Grealish is going now. All of a sudden, in one day,
we were linked with him as well. Was there anything in that, or was that just fucking? Huh?
Who? McAtee?
Yeah, McAtee.
Do you know what? You nearly signed him before he signed his first professional contract at City.
Okay.
Like you because he's from Salford, but he's a City boy. He came up through the ranks and proper obsessed with David Silva. And I remember we actually had to get Pep involved to get him to sign the proper contract because United was sniffing and City were like, nah, this one's a good one. I think that's where in the McAtee one, if it's only 20 million, there will be a buyback in that 100%, and there'll be a sell. There'll be both of them. Like obviously the Savio one, there won't be because it'll be an expensive.
It'll be a proper fee, yeah.
Yeah, but in this one, I reckon there'll probably be something like a 40 million buyback and probably a 20% sell on or something like that.